Welcome to the demo of Gobosoft Mapper, a material management software. I'll now show you how Gobosoft Mapper enhances material management in construction projects using lean construction principles. Mapper's three key goals are: 1. To provide project participants with a real-time overview of the project's material status, meaning access to the necessary data about the locations and quantities of materials. 2. To support the planning and monitoring of material flows. And 3. To offer data on material flows that promotes data-driven decision-making in projects. This image summarizes the construction material management process and how Mapper fits into it. Next, we'll dive into how Mapper improves this process. Let's start with the main view of the Mapper, the map view which you see on the screen right now. Mapper is based on locations which can be linked with materials. For this demo, I've created a sample project and added locations that are visible on the map currently. We have two site locations, one for Härmälä site and another one for Pyynikki site. In addition, we have a logistics center, a logistics yard, and a storage warehouse. In this demo, we'll focus on material management across these 5 locations. These are imaginary locations used for demo purposes. Let's move to the Procurement tab. Material flow in construction projects begins with procurement, when materials are ordered. Here we see the Procurement tab where the management of material flow begins. As we can see, the page displays the project's orders in a table format. The order rows show the order status, product, and delivery details. With the procurement function, you clearly see delivery times and can track order statuses in real time. From the table, we see that steel beams have not yet been marked as received, although we know the delivery has just arrived at Pirkkala Logistics Center. Let's mark the product as received and select Pirkkala Logistics Center as the location. Mapper is a browser-based tool, so it works on any device with internet access. This means you can easily mark receipts on a mobile device at the construction site. Let's switch to the map view to confirm the product was received. Once a product is received, everyone is immediately aware, so there's no need to waste time looking for it. The information is instantly available in the software. As a result, both project management and site staff have a real-time understanding of material status. Let's move on to material flow planning. Material flow planning consists of 2 elements: scheduling the movement of materials and anticipating future procurement needs. With scheduling, you can align deliveries and transfers with the project timeline. Planning in advance ensures smoother project progress. Anticipating procurement helps ensure material availability and reduces the risks of shortages. With Mapper, you can visually plan material flows and set predictive alerts for material levels. This helps prevent material shortages before they happen. Let's now walk through these 2 elements, starting with material flow planning. Plan material flows in Mapper. You can pre-schedule a material transfer between 2 locations at a chosen time and with selected materials. Let's now schedule the previously received materials from Pirkkala Logistics Center to move to Härmälä site. The transfer is created by selecting 2 locations on the map. We then select the transfer time and write any relevant details, such as John Doe is responsible for the delivery. Then we choose the materials to transfer. In this case, we want to transfer 30 meters of the steel beams. Once the transfer is scheduled, others can, with just a few clicks, see not only the current locations and quantities of materials, but also where and when they're moving next. This brings transparency and smoother operations to the worksite. As shown, the transfer appears as a reservation in the material details at the origin location. This means some of the materials are reserved for the transfer, while others remain freely usable, helping users understand the material situation more clearly. When it's time to make the transfer, the user can easily mark it as completed. After the transfer is made, we see the materials have moved from Pirkkala Logistics Center to Härmälä worksite. Now, the site knows the materials have arrived and are ready for use, saving time and resources. Again, real-time awareness of materials is maintained and flows proceed as planned. Let's now look at setting material alerts. From the Notifications tab in Mapper, you can easily view all the alerts, their statuses, and create new alerts for material levels. Let's create a new alert. When creating an alert, you set the scope of observation and choose the product and its minimum quantity. In this case, we want to set the alert for steel beams, and if the amount is below 40 meters, we want to receive an alert. If the quantity drops below the minimum, an alert is sent so action can be taken in time. Alerts can also be assigned to specific groups or users, anyone who needs to be informed. Next, let's see how easy it is to find materials and their quantities using Mapper. Let's imagine a situation on site where a work phase should have already started. The supervisor wonders why the workers haven't begun. It turns out the necessary materials can't be found. Time is being wasted, so the supervisor checks Mapper to locate the needed materials. In this case, we are looking for steel beams. He sees that the materials were marked received an hour ago, but they were delivered to the wrong unloading area. This info was immediately available in Mapper with just a few clicks, and the work phase can now start right away. The software helps to find needed items fast, no more wasting time searching. Since the work phase could begin immediately, let's see how material usage is reflected in Mapper. When materials are used on site, the used quantity is marked in Mapper. This is done easily with just a few clicks, keeping the real-time material overview up to date. In this case, 20 meters of the steel beams were used. Now that materials have been used, let's check the alerts we set previously. Alerts run automatically, so there's no need to trigger them manually, but you can check them at any time for potential shortages. As we can see, the earlier alert detects that steel beams is too low in stock and needs to be reordered. This helps anticipate procurement and ensures the site always has what it needs. Once the order is made, the alert can be marked as handled. Let's move on to the inventory view. The inventory view brings together all materials and products in the project. You can search them easily by name or location, speeding up the process of finding them. In Mapper, you can also enrich each product with additional information such as tags, document links, work phases, and other site-relevant details. Let's add an additional info field for a document link into our steel beams. This way, valuable information can be linked to materials to streamline site operations. Let's now look at the history view, which shows the history of materials and their movements, including delivery quantities, usage times, and transfers between storages. Imagine a situation where a shortage is discovered in a critical building phase. There is a suspicion the material was accidentally moved to another floor or site. The history view gives fast answers, showing exactly when the material was received, who moved it, and where. This avoids unnecessary investigations and enables quick response. Additionally, the history view lets you analyze waste, where and when it occurred during transfers or usage, helping optimize operations and reduce costs. Another benefit of the history view is reviewing out of stock items, where they ran out, when and how quickly they were used. This supports better forecasting and ensures the site doesn't stop unexpectedly. Finally, let's move on to the data visualization view, where the big picture of material management comes together. Imagine the site is running low on storage space and you want to identify which products are taking up space compared to their actual use. The visualization view lets you quickly see stock quantities. At a glance, you can identify overstocked items, for example, products ordered in excess and barely used. This kind of data supports better ordering decisions and frees up storage for materials that are actually needed. Visualization also helps compare material use between sites, identify anomalies, and track changes over time. Data driven management has never been easier. This was a short introduction into our material management software, Gobosoft Mapper. Get in touch and experience firsthand how efficient material management brings savings and smooth operations to your construction site. Thank you.